Okay, today's objective is we are learning to compare and order decimal numbers with 3 decimal places. That means we're looking at numbers with tenths, hundredths, and thousandths. All right, so let's get started. When we compare two numbers, there are two really important questions. What's the same? What's different? Those are the questions we're going to keep thinking about all the time. So let's get started with our comparing. We're going to compare these two numbers. We're going to see what's the same and what's different. Today we're going to have to think a lot about place value, and in particular comparing the value of the digits in their place value columns. We're going to have a key rule today, which is start comparing numbers by comparing the value of the greatest value digit. So we're always going to start with the digit in the place value column to the left, the greatest value digit. Okay, so here we go. What's the same and what's different? So here we're looking at the ones column. They've both got 6s, so they're both the same. Nothing's different. Let's keep checking our number. We'll move along to the 10th column. We're comparing the digits in those columns. They've both got a 5, so they're the same. Nothing's different. We move along into our hundredths column, and here we can see we've got a difference. We've got 3 hundredths in the number on the left and 4 hundredths in the number on the right. Okay, so now we need to express that difference in a particular way. All right, so we come to the two symbols that we think of most readily when we talk about comparing numbers: the greater than symbol and the less than symbol. The reason they're like this is nothing to do with crocodiles eating numbers. In the symbol on the top, it's called greater than because the gap on the left is greater than the gap on the right. You can see that with the little circles here. We've got a greater number on this side and a lesser number on here. Below this is called less than because the number to this side will have less in it, and the number to this side will have the greatest value. It will be more than the other one. So we can go back to our two numbers. How are we going to express the difference in the hundredths column? Well, we're going to pick our symbol. We're going to say that the number on the right hand side is greater than the other number, but we always express comparison from left to right, just like we're reading. So we're not going to say this number is greater than, we're going to say this number is less than this one over here. So 6.532 is less than 6.542. Okay, so we're going to follow that process through with each of these numbers. I'd like you to give that a go in your books or on your whiteboards. Let's compare the number on the left with the number on the right. Remember, we start by looking at the greatest value digit in each number. I'll just pause and wait for you to finish those. So here we go for the first one. We're going to compare the ones digit, that's the greatest value digit first. We can see that the digits are different. We've got the 3 in the number on the left and the 7 in the number on the right. So 3 is less than 7 ones, so this number is less than. It doesn't matter what other digits there are. If there's a difference in this column, we can stop right there and we can compare them as we go. So let's take a look at the other two. We've got both numbers have a 5 in the ones column, a 7 in the tenths column, And then in the hundredths column, we have a difference here. 2 hundredths is greater than 0 hundredths. And so 5.729 is greater than 5.709. Let's go to our last one. The difference is in the tenths column. 1/10 is greater than 0 tenths. So 4.100 is greater than 4.099. Okay, so that's our comparing. We always start comparing numbers by comparing the value of the greatest value digit. But our objective today was to compare and order decimal numbers with 3 decimal places. So we're going to do that. And we're still going to focus on those questions, what's the same and what's different. Now we're simply comparing more than one number, but actually the skills are the same. We need to start ordering numbers by comparing the value of the greatest value digit. Okay, let's have a look then. We're going to put these numbers in order from greatest to smallest. That means we're putting them in descending order. They're going from greatest to smallest. That means they're being put in descending order. So we're going to start with the greatest value digit, and these numbers, that's the ones digit. So we're going to take a look. I've got 2 ones, 2 ones, 2 ones, and 7 ones. If we're going in descending order, this is my greatest value number because it's got the greatest number of ones. So we put that down here, and we're still using our greater than symbol to indicate that this number is greater than what follows. Okay, so we're going to then take a look in the tenths column. They've all got the same ones digit, so we'll take a look in the tenths. This has got 9 tenths, this one's got 1/10, and this one's got 1/10. This is my greatest value number because it has the greatest number of tenths. So I'll put that down here, put in my symbol. So we've looked at the tenths, let's look at those hundredths. I've got 7 hundredths here, got 9 hundredths here. So this is my greatest value number because it has the greatest number of hundredths. So that number comes down. My last one to put in my order is this number over here. So there we go. We're going from greatest to smallest. So it's time to give it a try yourself. In your books or on your whiteboards, can you put these in ascending order? Ascending order means you're going from smallest to greatest. Okay, in ascending order, please, from smallest to greatest. I'll pause the video. Okay, now that you've had a chance to do that, here they are. Let's take a look. We'll start with our greatest value digit, in this case in the ones column. This had 2 ones, so it was less than the other numbers. That means it's the smallest number in our order. Then we move from the ones into the tenths. Now, interestingly, these two have the same tenths digit, whilst this one has a 5. So I'm going to keep these two in my order, but as next in my order. But why are they in this order? Well, the truth is we then have to look between these two numbers and compare them to look in the hundredths column. Now this only has 4 hundredths, so it is less than this number because this one has 5 hundredths. And then finally, this had the greatest number of tenths, so it's the greatest value number here. Okay, so if we're comparing, we start comparing by comparing the value of the greatest value digit, and if we're ordering, we start ordering numbers by comparing the value of the greatest value digit. All right, that's it from me, and it's over to you for you to do it.